Thank you so much. Let me start by putting my timer in. I'm very time conscious, so I make sure I stick on to 15 minutes. Good morning, everybody. Again, thank you for inviting me here. It's an honor and a pleasure. And I want to congratulate the coordinator, Maimuna, and the team for putting this thing up. Let me also congratulate you, the students, and my fellow panelists, Momar and Aisatu. It's an honor. But let me just start by first venting out my disappointment. I think at the age that I am in now, when it comes to events like this, and we still find, that we are not punctual, we need to voice it out. Voice it out. So thank God, again, compliments to QTV. They're here. They were actually the first who were here when we walked in. Probably not only this hall, but at the national level or even beyond, people will hear this. I think we need to change. We walked into this room as panelists on time. And we had to wait for people to come in. We met the organizer at outside. QTV was here already. I had to be here because I love to be here and I want to connect with you people. I left Lagos on Sunday. I had a meeting in Dakar on Monday. And then I left Tuesday early hours of yesterday morning. I spent about 4 hours at the airport. And if the flight didn't come, I was going to hit the road just to be here for this event. So with a very busy schedule, but I am committed to be here to share my experience and very much excited with this opportunity, with the Hult Prize. So please, I appeal to you as young ones that the least that we can do in this new Gambia is for all of us to change and to be punctual. Your program says that registration should have been at 9:30. We, the speakers, should have been here at 10, and we were here at 5 to 10. So I will not overgrind it, but I just thought it should be a good start. That please, let's bear this thing in mind. And this is not the first time. I was here again when Dr. Margaret Ellis organized an event. And when I saw her later, she said she almost called off the event. I think this is a great opportunity. There are Gambians who are experts in every walk of life, who are interested in mentoring young people like yourselves. And you should grab this opportunity and let us all try and change our attitude. So that's on a very soft start. But I was asked to speak on social entrepreneurship as a mechanism for youth empowerment and job creation. Now, when I was invited, I went through the website of the Hult Foundation or the prize to understand it. And first, I have a very inquisitive mind, and I started thinking about this issue about social entrepreneurship. That is it just a myth or is it for real? Because when we were young, we used to hear about socialism and capitalism. Now, capitalism is all about entrepreneurship, where it's about capital and multiplying your capital and making money. So now, all of a sudden, there's this jargon now around where they're now blending socialism, because socialism was more about sharing, whatever you have, socializing it, But today, here we are now talking about social entrepreneurship, combining the two. But that's the world today, so I will not really go much deep on this, but try to stick on to what I am supposed to deliver, which is about mainly job creation. I think entrepreneurship is all about, yes, job creation and also making money. Because at your level now, you cannot really address social issues if you don't make the money. Making the money meaning running your enterprise, running effectively. You have bills to pay. I mean, any entrepreneur that is in business has got something that's very fundamental. That is, you have to pay taxes. You have to make money to pay taxes. And taxes in the Gambia, it's what, 35% of your profit. So, and if this is paid to the government, I think, are obliged to take care of some of the social obligations. These are the monies that will be channeled, to service these obligations. But all the same, I think as entrepreneurs, we have this obligation, to look at our social setting and to be positively influence and contribute to it. Let me also go back to values and who we are, because again, I mean, there's all these things that comes out for me from the West. The whole started, I think it's Sweden, wasn't it? And then it spread. Lots of these initiatives that we hear now globally, most of the time starts from the West and then comes here. So going through all this about the Hult Prize, I thought about, look, what are these guys trying to teach us? These are some things that we have here in our culture. In our culture, we share. So really, this is nothing new to us. Social entrepreneurship is not new to us. Because as Gambians, as Africans, we are born and raised to share. I mean, the way we live, you all know this. We live in the extended family system. I mean, I'm sure you know that if I make money as an entrepreneur, I mean, I don't only have obligations to my immediate family, but there are so many that share in this. Not to talk about the details of work I do and the employment it creates, the numbers and everything, but I think as Gambians, as Muslims, or even as Christians, we do share. I mean, in Islam, for example, I mean, it's one of the pillars, the 5 pillars of Islam is zakat. Zakat means that 2.5% of your savings should be given to the less fortunate. So actually, they teach you, even in their own religion, you are taught that you should share. When you make money, you should share. Then also as Christians pay out tithes. Tithes is 10% of your earnings. So even from a religious point of view, I think we should share. So therefore, I don't think it's anything new. As social entrepreneurs, well, because of the wording, as social entrepreneurs, tough. I mean, we have a vision to deliver 1 million homes. And delivering 1 million homes over the next 20 years, must be built by young people like yourselves. We have worked out that on average, the smallest of the houses that we build, employs about 25 people. So over the next 25 years, over the next 20 years, we will create 25 million jobs. That's our vision. So in the field that we are, in the business that we do, we naturally create employment. And we have our CSR. I mean, I'm sure you're probably, because you're online, you know about our TAFCON, which we connect to our fellow youth, of giving back to the society, creating employment. So that's what we do at TAF. But I think focusing more on today's event, what I thought was, rather than come and deliver a speech on how, to use social entrepreneurship as a mechanism for youth employment, I would like to really give you about 10 different points, which is on, in general, on what I think that young people like yourselves should focus on. Some characteristics that you need to have if you are to succeed in anything that you want to do. Regardless of one being an entrepreneur or going to work for government or being a philanthropist, whatever. Because I think in this current situation where we find ourselves, as Gambians, in the new Gambia, there's a lot that needs to be done for us to move on, especially with you young people. So I decided to have 10 different points which I will just, briefly talk about. One is to have a vision. Again, linked to the Hult Prize. The Hult Prize, I was excited because even for me, for $1 million prize, I think it's worth me and you to get into it. That's a lot of money. Let's not joke about it. So what I would have loved to see is that this hall should have been packed jam. Your eyes should have been popping up. So I wonder how you guys will get there. Because, I haven't seen that vibrancy in this room. That look, we are being called upon to get into a competition that can make us win $1 million. So I have some doubt of the vision. And I would ask you to fire up. That you have been given an opportunity, it's coming to you, into your doorsteps, that yes, I can be the winner. So that should be your vision as far as the Hult Prize is concerned. That there is $1 million that will be won by one university student, and that is me. So therefore, that's one thing that when you leave this room, there is one thing I want you guys to leave in your mind, that you should have a vision. And your vision in this case is winning the Hult Prize. If not, if you want to go into agriculture, as some of you have said, please start now and start planning. That's your vision. You need to know where you are going or whatever you want to do as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. The next thing is determination. Be determined. Be full of determination. Because when you have a vision and you plan to do things as an entrepreneur, you will come through a lot of hurdles. But it is only determination that will deliver your vision. So please be well determined. The world is full of hurdles, full of challenges. But the only way to overcome all this is to be determined. 3 is be confident. High level of confidence. Gumsa bopa. That's one thing that you guys have to have. When I walked in, because I live, best of my life these days in Nigeria. I saw the room completely different from where I live. There was a missing fire. As students, as young people, I haven't felt the energy. You need to really have a lot of confidence. I have sometimes the Nigerians walk to me as if they are my contemporaries, because they have that confidence in them. So please, by the time you leave this room, be confident. Don't be afraid to take risk. That's number 4. No pain, no gain. So please, take risk. You will fail. I failed many a times, countless times. And most of the time, if you follow my postings on LinkedIn, some of you, I'm connected with you, you've seen that posting where I say my failures are more than my successes. But my successes are the ones that is visible. So please, take risk. Then have the ability, the high level of confidence I mentioned, have the ability to market and sell. But whatever you're doing, if you don't market yourself and you don't sell, you will not make it. So have the ability to do so. Then networking. Somebody already mentioned it. That your networking is your net worth. That's what I do all the time. I carry my cards everywhere. Anywhere I am traveling, the next thing I start up a conversation, then my cards go along, I take emails, then I network. And it has paid up. Don't worry, I have it here. Actually, I'm at 13 now, so in 5 minutes, I've got my stopwatch there. So please network a lot. Then be passionate about whatever you are doing. Whatever you're doing, you must love it. You must believe in it. I tell people at times, young as you are, I asked about my qualification, and some people don't know. I was a carpenter when I started. I left high school, and instead of taking up my academic path, I went and started doing carpentry because I love working with my hands, and that's where it led me to today. Then persevere. Perseverance, always be persevere will always lead you to success. Be persistent. Again, don't giving up. The issue of giving up. Be persistent. If you try once, you fail, what do? You try again. So be persistent. And then failure should be part of the game. You see, this is about failure. I'm just emphasizing it's about failure all the time. So failure is part of the game. So I think I don't think I've done badly. My stopwatch still says about 13 minutes. I want to stick on the 15 minutes. This is what I thought I should share with you. I would love to see you guys to succeed. I think this country today have got you as the population of this country. We have a very young population. of what? 65% of the Gambian population are youth. And you have the responsibility of leading this country into where we wanted to see it. Huge success. But we can only do it if you change your attitude. I think that we must walk away from this room that we are going to change our attitude to time, our attitude to work, our attitude in relationship, because I think we have a lot to do in this. And I appeal to you as young women and men that I would love to see that next time I am invited in an event like this, we will be actually queuing to find a seat here. And on time. That's a first step. So on that note, thanks again for this. It's a great opportunity. I love it. Even if I had one person in the room, I will do it and walk away happy and fulfilled. This is the least that we owe you people as young people, that whatever we have done in life, whatever achievements we have had, it is meaningless unless we inspire people like yourselves and get you into higher heights. So on this note, thank you so much and God bless you.